Morning everybody, hope we're all fit and well, no illness, no injuries, no bad back too bad that's going to stop us doing it. So we'll set ourselves up, standing nice and tall, so drawing that tummy in to engage the core, shoulders back, arms down at our sides and feet nicely under your hips. Again, as usual, we wake our senses up with that little lean forwards and back till you're just about, think you're about to fall, and then catch your weight on your toes as you come forwards. So it's a nice long straight body, we're not bending at the waist, we're leaning from the feet. So if you think you're going to fall, just take that little step to catch yourself. So when we come forwards, it's not about going onto your toes, it's pressing your big toe down just to stop you falling forwards. That's it. One more. And then you start to spot now where you feel nicely balanced, not forwards or back. We're going to loosen up that pelvis and the lower back, so we're just going to tilt under. A little squeeze of the tummy as we come under, and then put that arch in the bottom of the spine. So literally just rotating that pelvis. So it's not wiggling the bum forwards and back, it's that tilt under and then back, just tilts and back. So hands just wherever you find most comfortable, whether that's just above the pelvis there to feel it rock, or hands on the hips, just keep them out of the way. That's it, a few more times. Just setting our bodies up, getting ourselves ready to move. That's it, one more. And now find that spot now. You should have a neutral spine, should be nicely balanced, so we'll get your feet moving. Push that foot into the ground. So it's not about going onto tiptoes, it's about pushing that foot down into your mat. You might find your toes creak and crack a little bit. That's perfectly normal unless it's painful. And those arms just gently moving in that walking motion. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg. Try not to think about it too much, that's when they all go to pot. That's it. Keep keeping that going. Letting the arm action just increase slightly. Just starting to pick those arms up. Good morning to those that have just joined us. Just join in as soon as you're ready. That's it. Picking those arms up to shoulder height. Starting to press one back as the other comes up. And gradually increase that motion again. We're going to be taking them all the way high. So getting a really nice stretch. Good, couple more. Last one. And bringing that down, well done. Okay, so we're taking the feet just a fraction wider, probably about shoulder width. We're just going to start, just taking our arms high. We're going to go breathe in and breathe out as we bring those arms down. So breathing that in, breathe out. That's it. Nice deep breath and blow it all out. Good. Keep that going. And we're going to bring the legs into play. So breathing in and breathe out. Just starting to squat down a little. Breathe in and breathing out. That's it. Making that up. Nice deep breath as we come up and blowing it all out as we come down. Good. A few more. Good. One more time. Breathe in, nice deep breath, and blow that all the way out. And back to standing. Good. Okay, so keep standing nice and tall. Bring those feet back under your hips. Arms up with a slight bend. I'm just going to rotate the shoulders, keeping your head and your hips forwards to begin with. So just keep looking forwards. We're keeping those hips pointing forwards. Not too fast, nice and controlled. That's it. And now we're going to let that head follow your hands. So we're turning that bit further. That's good. And we release your heel. So you turn and you can look all the way behind. Good, keep that going, a few more. Excellent, one more each way. And bringing that back to centre. Just let your balance come back, let yourself recenter. Standing tall, just taking the weight onto one leg. And we're now going to sweep that leg in a circle around our standing leg. So hands just wherever you need, if you need them wider for balance, or onto your hips, or just down at your sides. Whichever's easiest for you. That's it. Really good. Just nice and steady, it's not too fast. Couple more. One more. And bring that down. Reset yourself, take your weight onto the other leg. And same again, let's sweep that leg around the standing leg. Excellent. Really good, just nice and steady. Couple more times. And bringing that back down. Okay, just take those feet back slightly wider, so back under shoulders, hands onto your hips. We're just going to circle those hips around. Aim is to keep your head as still as you can. And it's the hips that are circling underneath. So you may feel creaking and cracking, get the odd little pop from your hips or your lower back as we loosen out. Again, unless that's painful, no problem, perfectly normal. One more, and change direction. Take that the other way round. That's it. Good, nice and steady. Few more times. Good, we'll do two more. And bringing yourself back to centre. Okay, standing tall, taking the weight back onto one leg again. And just raise your foot slightly up and forwards. And we're going to roll that ankle around. And if we can, while we're balanced, we're going to roll those wrists as well. That's it, and then change direction. Good, couple more. And bringing that down, change legs. So get yourself balanced, raise the other leg, start with that ankle again. And change direction. That's it. Good, one more. And bringing it down, well done. Okay, keep those feet nicely back under your hips again, so we've got those narrow feet pointing forwards. We're going to squat that down, bring ourselves up. Hands usually come up in front, but if you want to go somewhere else, doesn't matter. So we're sitting back, looking for that little low chair behind us. That imaginary stool that we're trying to sit on. That's it. That's good, a few more. Excellent, one more, we're going to change it up. Okay, so standing back tall, we take your hands high, so hands up above the head. And this time as we squat, we're going to sweep through from high. So sweep it through. Nice smooth movement. And if we feel confident with this, as we go up, we can take it to those toes. Whoop. That's it. Up on those toes. Taking nice, strong ankles. Not letting them roll in or out. That's it. Couple more. And bring that down, well done. Okay, we're taking those feet out wide now and pointing your toes out about 45 degrees. I'm just going to squat that down. So we've got that wide sort of plie squat. Good. If we can, take it down to about 90 degrees. If you do struggle with that, just wherever you feel comfortable. That's a little bit part way, absolutely fine. You can hit that 90, fantastic. Good, couple more, we'll change it up slightly. Okay, this time as we go down, we're going to pause, go to toes, heels, back up, down, toes, down, up. If you do find this too difficult, stick with the basic movement. Always work to your level, doing what you can. That's it, two more. One more. And bringing that back up, well done. Okay, if you're not at the end of your mat, just move towards the end. We're going to roll ourselves down a few times before we walk it out. So start high, dive those hands, tuck the chin, roll the shoulders and curl towards those feet, and then unroll as we come up reaching high. So bringing that down, and you unroll, and go high. Excellent, keeping that going. Really good. Couple more. Bringing that down. So this next one, we're going to walk it out. So as we're going to come down, we're going to roll down. Hands on the mat. Walk it forwards. We're going to pause. Walk it back, bring that up, back down, walk it out again, hands on the mat, bend your knees if you need to, and pause. This time down to your knees, sitting back on those heels, giving it a stretch in your child's pose. Good, and relaxing there, well done. Okay, we're going to start face down on your mat. So I'm just going to drop my screen a little bit so you can see a bit clearer. Okay, so we're face down on your mat, and you want your arms up in that 90-degree position, laying face down. Going to start with the torso raise. So arms stay down on the mat. We use the muscles in the back just to raise our head and chest off the floor. Arms are just there for balance, and slowly down. Raising up, using those muscles in the back to lift, and down. Good, nice and steady. That's it, really good. Just a steady little lift. A few more times. Working all those postural muscles in the back. Movement sort of starts at the top of the glutes, works all the way up the spine to lift us, raise that chest. One more. Okay, so next one, we're going to extend the movement. So we're going to lift. As you get high, we're going to extend those arms and stretch up. We take that curl all the way up and slowly down. So we're going to raise and extend. That's it. Really good. Keep those going. Aiming to use the muscles in the back as much as possible for this lift. That's it. A few more. Good. One more time. Raising, lifting up, and relax that down. Well done. Okay, so we're staying laid down on the floor, staying extended out. Instead of arms at 90 degrees, we're taking the arms forwards. So we're going into that swim movement. So we're going to start with a little hand paddle out in front of us. Then we'll rest down, we'll take it to the legs, We'll alternate before we put them all together. So laying yourself face down on the floor, arms extended forwards. We're going to raise those arms a fraction off the ground and a little bit of doggy paddle with those hands. Off we go. So just paddling those hands up and down. Nice and gently. It's not a massive movement and nothing else should be moving, just those arms. That's it, a few more seconds. And rest it down. So now we press the hips into the floor, we raise the legs off the ground and we paddle those feet. Little flutter kick with those feet. That movement starts in the glutes, down the hamstrings to paddle those feet. That's it, imagine just gently gliding across the pool. So just with those feet, flutter kicking up and down. And rest them down. Back to your arms. So let's lift. Paddle those hands. If you do find that difficult raising and paddling, you can just keep laid down, rest your head down, paddle the hands. That's it. A few more times. And rest it down. Back to the legs. Let's raise them off the ground, keeping the legs long and straight. Paddling those feet. That's it, really good. And let's rest that down. This time we're going to put them both together. So we're going to paddle those hands and the feet. That's it, picture yourself swimming across to that pool bar on the other side of the pool. Off we go. That's it, a nice gentle swim across that lovely cool water. In we go. That's it, keeping that going if we can. A few more seconds. So 3, 2, 1, and resting that down. Well done. Okay, we're going to come up to a kneeling position now. So we're going to go into that kneeling box. So we're just going to do a variation on the thread the needle. So we want those hands under shoulders, knees under hips. So we're in that box position. But this time, we're just going to touch our temple. So we've got our elbow bent. And instead of reaching right under, we're going to rotate the elbow through and the elbow high. So we take it under. That's good. So just reaching it under. Rotate till the elbow's pointing up. Doesn't matter if your elbow, whether it points to the ceiling or diagonally out to the wall. Just work with your range of movement. Everybody's different. That's good. A few more. Then we'll change sides. Excellent. 2 more. And bringing that down. If you need to take some pressure off your wrists for a moment, do that, and then we'll switch to the other side. So then we're back in that kneeling box, touching that temple, bring the elbow under, rotate the hand. Excellent. A few more times. Nice and steady. That's it. Good. Couple more. One more time. And bringing that back down. Well done. Okay, we're going to stay in that kneeling box position now. We're going to go into a Superman movement. So we'll start with the basic one. One arm extends forward, opposite leg extends back, down and change. But then after a few, we're going to add in a second movement. We're going to go for that toe touch behind. So we'll start with the basic, we'll add in your toe touch. And I'll demonstrate that as we get to it. So starting nice and long and straight, bring that in and change. So it's not about going high with the leg, it's about going long and straight. That's it, nice, steady movements. Good, keeping that going. That's it. Aim to keep that back nice and level, shoulders and hips are flat. That's it, long and straight and steady there. That's good, a few more. We're just going to change it up. So this time, we're going to extend. We're going to reach around, touch that toe, bring it back in and change. So we extend, reach for that toe. Don't worry if you can't find it, just reach in that general direction. That's it. Round we go. Back in front. Again, that back stays level, those shoulders and hips are flat. Just that one arm and one leg moving. Gonna take a few more. Really good. We'll do one more each side. Touch that toe, bring it round. Last one. Touch, straight, and back in. Excellent, well done. Okay, we'll move over onto our sides now. So we're going to start off with our single leg lift, but then we're going to add in a second movement after a few. So again, I'll demonstrate as we get to it. So laying yourself out long and straight, arm under your head. Sometimes more comfortable with a little rolled up jumper or a towel or a yoga block between the arm and the head if you've got one. Raise those feet off the ground if we can. Hand in front for balance. Waist drawn away from the mat. And let's just take that top leg up. Control back down. That's it. Good, so just a nice steady little lift. Doesn't have to be really high, we're not trying to do the splits. Just keep that controlled, using those muscles around the hip to lift the leg. Using all the corner supporting muscles to keep you on your side. We're resting on that hip with the hips stacked one on top of the other. So we're not falling back onto our bum or rolling forwards. That's it. Couple more. One more. We're going to add in that second movement. Okay, so rest down if we need. What we're going to do is add in a scissor movement in between each leg lift. So we're going to start the same start position. We're going to leg lift down. We're going to scissor each way, leg lift, forward, back. That's it, really good. Nice, steady movement, so it's a leg lift, one scissor. Good, couple more. One more. And bringing that down, well done. Okay, so from our side, I want you to rest onto your elbow. So we can work either from our knees or from feet extended. So we're going to do a plank movement, but it's going to be a dynamic one. So it's going to be a lift, back down. So we're going to take it up and down. So you can work off those knees if we need. You can take that up and down. So just using the muscles in our sides to lift us up and down. And again, after a few, we're going to add a second little movement in. Good, two more. Okay, so this time we're going to add, like a thread the needle in between. So we're going to come up, we're going to thread, up and down. So it's lift, thread, up and down, good. So we can take it off those knees, remember, if we need. That's it. Work to your level. One more. Take that up, through, up, and down. Fantastic, well done. Take yourself over onto the other side. We'll start with that leg lift, add in the scissors, then we'll move on to the plank. So get yourself set. Nice and long, extend it out. That's it, hand in front for balance. Feet off the floor if you can. If you do need to rest them down, absolutely fine. But let's lift that top leg. Nice and steady. Doesn't need to be really high. So we're not going for the splits, we're not trying to point our foot to the ceiling, we're just lifting in a controlled way. That's it. Couple more. And let's rest that down, take a few seconds. So this time, we're going to add in that scissor in between. So when we're ready, start position, let's lift, down, scissor, and lift. That's it. This one helps to throw your balance out a little bit because you're alternating the pattern of movement each time. So you've got an up and down followed by side to side. Your body has to react to that to stop you falling over. Excellent. A few more. Good. 2 more. Last one. And let me rest that down. So we're going to take it on to that elbow, ready for that dynamic plank. So we start with a single movement, then after a few we'll add in that thread through. So let's go up, bring it down. Remember, we always have that lower option, working off those knees if we need. Still going to give you a good plank, and they're still very beneficial. That's it. 2 more. Okay, so this time, if you need to take a few seconds to ease that arm, I'll rest, then we'll add in that thread underneath. So when we're ready, we're going to take that up, thread, up, back down. That's it, really good. Good. This one still works off those knees. Remember, we can lift, thread, up and down. Excellent. 2 more. Last one. And bring it down. Well done. Okay. Nearly there. Over onto our backs. Last few exercises. I want you to lay back with your knees bent. Hands pointing up to the ceiling. So we look like that dying bug. We lay back. We're just going to extend one leg forwards, hovering just off the ground, back in, then the other leg. And we'll let those arms join in, so the opposite arm dips back. So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in as we go out, breathe out as they come back in. That's good. A few more. And we're just going to extend the movement. That's it. 1 more of each. Bring it in. So this time we're going to do 1 double movement and then a single of each. So we go double, in, single, single, double. If you do find that double too difficult, just stick with the singles. That's it, couple more. Last one. And bringing that in. Good. So we're going to stay laid on our backs, but bring our feet up to tabletop. Hands again pointing to the ceiling. This time we're just going to tap 1 toe down. We're just tapping it down. And we're going to bring in a double arm movement. So each time 1 toe taps, both arms go back. We're going to amend that toe tap now. We're going to curtsy it right underneath the other one. So it taps diagonally underneath. That's it, really good. A few more. So one more each side. And bring that in. Slowly sit yourself up. So we want to be sitting up, back nice and straight, knees bent, our arms forwards. We're just going to take it into a roll back, so we're curling back, sitting up nice and straight. So remember, we're trying to get that curve in the spine as we roll back, putting that C shape into it, and curling, rolling back up. So we're not just pivoting from the waist, it's a rolling movement, engaging all the abdominals as we come back up, sit up straight, and back. One more. We're going to add a little variation. So sit up. As we go back, I want you to draw one hand back like you're drawing a bow. Look at the hand that's coming back. So as we sit back, draw that bow in the archer movement and return as you come forward. Draw it back and up. That's it. Good. Excellent. Keep that going now. We're nearly done. Got one more exercise after this. That's it. Good. One more each side. Last one. And bring it back. Okay, legs extended. Lay yourself all the way back, hands behind your head. And just a couple of times to finish, we're going to roll ourselves up. So hands come over, head lifts when you see the hands, tuck the chin, curl yourself up and towards those feet. Slowly back, control it back, lowering back, one vertebra at a time onto the mat, hands over. Good, lift, tuck that chin, roll yourself up, aim to keep those feet on the floor, bringing it back, keep the legs down as we curl back, roll down, one last time and we'll stay sitting up this time, curling up, reach for those toes, can you grab your toes, if not grab the ankles or your shins, wherever you can, and let's stretch. And then sit up, and as we do, cross one foot over the opposite knee, turn to the side of the bent leg. That's it. And switch over. Good. Bring those feet together. Bring the feet in towards the body. Let your knees drop out. Use the elbows if you want to take that stretch a little further. That's good. And then just relax the legs forward wherever's comfortable. Hands together. Reaching out in front. Slight bend in the elbows. Open up those shoulders. Head down. And now reach high above your head. Just gently to one side. And then over to the other side. And hands round in the small of the back or reaching behind you. Chest forward, shoulder blades together. And relax it there. Slowly up to your feet. Don't jump up too quick. It's been down on the floor quite a while. Don't want to go dizzy. So standing tall, let's just pick one foot up. That's good. Change that over. Picking up the other foot, stretching out your other thigh. Good. Feet down, nice and wide. Just one time this week, so we're going to go straight up onto those toes. So let's dip down nice and low. Take that high, reach for the sky, onto those toes for 3, 2, 1, and relax that down there. Well done, everybody. Thank you.